guys, I'm going to do Pushup Steve. This is about my 6th time attempting this, so if you're watching at home, the struggle is real. So I'm going to go and insert canvas. I got Steve over here. There he goes. Go ahead and, alright, I'm going to rotate him into the prone position. And then I'm going to scale him up a bit. I'm going to get exact scaling, so let's see, I want to make Steve about 5 inches long. That'd be about 5 inches long if you look at block goes from 0 to 0.25 or 2.5, so that's 2 blocks, so that's about 5 inches, so I'm okay with that. Now I'm going to go ahead in there and draw them. I'm going to just draw them with squares. Oops, I'm going to choose that. I'm going to draw them with rectangles because he is rectangular. Draw one there for his body. I'm going to draw another one here for his head, being sure they overlap. That's good. And then I'm going to put his feet on there. I'll add his arms here in a second. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to go to extrude. I'm going to extrude his body first. I'm going to make that, please note that I'm going to extrude symmetrically. That way I can use symmetry as I go. So I'm going to bring his body out. I'll work in 0.5 inch increments. So that's an inch wide. Okay. And that will come in as a new body. Or I'm going to go join. Join everything, so I just have one body. I'm going to extrude. Now, it won't let me select this when I go to extrude that, so I have to come back up to sketches, and I have to hit the drop down, and I have to turn on the eyeball there. So now it will let me do that. So now I'm going to extrude the head, and again, that's going to be symmetrical. I'm just doing that by eye. Steve's head's a little bit thinner. That's good. I'm going to go back to that original extrusion and touch that block also, so the feet are also extruded. So now I got that. So now I'm going to add some arms. So I'm going to add this on here. I'm going to snap to that corner. I'm going to bring his arms a little bit longer because making them long arm it to get a little better motion here. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish that sketch, and then I'm going to extrude that. I want to make sure, I'm just going to bring that out. Let's see, 5 inches, and I'm going to make sure that says join there. That's okay. I'm then going to use symmetry to create the other arm, so that'll be a feature. Grab that and select my near plane as, it's not letting me do that, so I come up to the origin, turn that on, and see if I can't. It's having trouble grabbing, so I'll just use the drop down and get the plane I want. That one, I want that one. Okay. Alright, so double checking to make sure I still only have one body. That's good. Okay. So there's my guy. Satisfied with that. I'm now going to split my guy up. So I'm going to, this is all right now one body, I'm going to go ahead and do some splitting. So I'm going to modify split body. That's my target body, the body is split. I can use lines to split. I can use planes to split. I'm going to do both. So for my splitting tool, I'm going to use that plane. You can see what it's going to cut off the arm. So that's now a separate body. I'm going to come over here and do the same thing over here. Modify split body. And this is the body to split. And I'm going to split split the arms at the elbow also. So for that, I'm going to add a line, draw a line on this body. And that line is going to look like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm modeling a bridle joint. So I'm going to come down, see what I'm doing. I'm going to come from about the midline here. I'm going to come down 0.2 inches, go over a third of the way. That was 5 inches across. So I'm going to come over and let's see, 0.5. Well, I might just have to dimension it. I'm going to go up, over, down, and out. Now I'm going to dimension this. Oops, I'm going to add a line there. I thought I did. Apparently I didn't. Alright, so I'm going to dimension that as 0.5/3. That's a third of the way. I'm going to dimension this. That'll also be 0.167. Enter, and then that automatically would be correct. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror that. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. I'll mirror that about, select, there it is. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to go back to modify split body. I'm going to split this body. My splitting tool is going to be my little sketch. And that is good. Okay. And then I'm going to make that sketch visible. And modify split body. I'm going to split that body with this splitting tool. And okay. Alright, so I've done what I needed to do. I'm going to, now I'm going to turn all these bodies into components. Alright, so I'm going to come over here, body 1, I'm going to call that torso. I'm going to come up, create body from the component, and then I'm going to rename that right now, torso. Enter. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to create body, and I'm going to rename that right forearm. And then I'm going to come up to this body and rename that, create component from body. And that will be left forearm. And then create component from body. And that will be right upper arm. And lastly, I'm going to create body, and that will be renamed to left upper arm. Okay. So now these are all components. And what that means is I can start moving them around if I want. That's excellent. That's what I was after. So I'm going to move the 2 forearms out of the way over here, and my first joint I'm going to do is going to be a single pivoting shoulder joint. I'm going to move these a quarter inch, or not a quarter inch, but a 1/16 of an inch out. So I'm going to come from top view, and I'm going to go modify, move, because I want to control the move. I want to move that this way, and that's going to be 1/16. So -1/16. Boom. I'm going to do the same thing with that one. I'm going to move that one this way, and that's going to be 1/16. Don't ask me why I left as positive. I don't know. But that's good. I'm now going to, in the overall, which I should probably save sometime, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit revert position. Yep, it didn't move. Oh, it moved. I see what it did. It moved those originals back. I didn't really need it. Probably should have captured, but it doesn't affect me. All right, so I'm going to pivot this on the center line. Let's see, I want a little more than that, so I'm going to cancel. You're going to see what I'm doing here. I'm going to put a circle here. That is 0.25. That way I can just literally use a dowel rod if I so choose to. Enter. Finish that sketch, and I am going to extrude this all the way through as a cut. Now I'm going to make a rod, a pin to put through there. That is going to be a total distance of 0.5, 1, and 0.5 plus the 2 16-inch gaps. So it's going to be, I know it is 2 and 2/16 or 2 and 1/8 there. So I'm going to create a new component, and this will be pin. My pin is going to be, I'm just going to draw it up here in space. It'll be a 1/4 inch. I'd be a little bit smaller in real life, but we'll end up sanding that down. I'm going to go ahead and extrude that pin, and that will be 2 and 1/8, which is 0.125. All right, now I'm going to go back up to my total assembly. Move that, and I'm going to place this as an assembly. So I'm going to go to joint. I'm going to put this, I'm going to join that circle and that circle, and I'm going to make that a rigid joint. So it's going to be rigid to that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make it rigid on the other side because the arms aren't going to move independent. They're going to simply be glued. So now, actually, I'm going to do an as-built joint because it's in the place I want it to be. So I'm just going to click on that and then that, and it's rigid. I'm going to hit OK. So now, if you look, that is, if I pull it, I'll Control Z it back. So that is a rigid joint. Now I'm going to Control Z back. Okay. So now I'm going to do an as-built joint again. And I want to do that with, I don't know if it's going to let me see what I want to see. Let's try to go in there. I got to choose that. I'm going to have to do this a little differently anyways. So I'm going to come up here, grab that. Oh boy. Bring that up there. I'm going to do assembly joint. Alright. Do that midline with that. Alright, now I'm going to center this. I'm concerned that it's not going to be symmetrical. I'm going to have to adjust a little bit. I think that might be at 5 inches. Hit OK. Oops. Edit that joint. I needed that to be revolute. So this will be a joint, and that needs to be a revolute joint. Hit OK. Now let's see how that did. Everything's moving. I'm going to let it go back to there, and now I'm